Good evening, and thanks for tuning into the Sistine Research YouTube channel. We're going to be doing some of these little update videos instead of live streaming every single night. We'll still be live streaming a ton, but some nights I'm just going to do some of these shorter, more digestible videos. We're going to be talking about Bitcoin, Ethereum, and Solana tonight. How do we handle this pullback right here? So if you've tuned in the last couple of nights, you know we've been watching this bearish divergence present itself on Bitcoin, ETH, Solana, and pretty much every other crypto chart out there. What are we expecting, and how do we attack this, or what's the plan? So first of all, the safer bet and the easier bet, if you're somebody who is not watching the charts 24/7, which is going to be 99% of you, the safer bet is to wait for a pullback that may or may not come. Right? There's no guarantee that we're going to get a pullback to the 21-week simple moving average. Last bear market cycle in 2019, we didn't get that. Now, our base case is continuation. We've broken our downtrend line. We've broken bear market structure. I've said that repeatedly. So we do look for continuation to the upside in this overall uptrend. It's just a matter of, do we get a correction or not first? We see that we have broken through our 21-week simple moving average, which is another bear market structure being broken. I'm going to throw on the long margin pressure levels here. And we're going to be talking about here identifying our support and resistance levels. So we had support on top of our 4x long margin pressure level. What does that mean? It means you can no longer, or the market participants can no longer go long on 4x leverage and hide their liquidation point below this nice little double bottom support down here. Right. So that's why as we pressed through here and dipped back below, those longs could come back in, and they came back in with confidence. However, when we go above the 3x long level, it means you can no longer go long on 3x long leverage and hide that liquidation point down there. So that acts as resistance. So we had consolidation above this level. We moved up to this next resistance point. Now we're getting consolidation underneath this resistance point. So we are having a tougher time getting through. Now we could break through and make support on top and maybe get continuation upwards. Another scenario would be that we put in some sort of ascending, bearish ascending wedge, maybe break through, make some support on top, turn it into a deviation, and then move back. Right now, if you're not somebody who's like day trading, paying attention to the charts every single day, the best course of action, in my opinion, is to be patient and wait for a cleaner entry, a safer entry down here on our support levels around 19 to 20K. Now, those may not manifest, and you very well may miss the next breakout. But breakout trading is going to be considerably more difficult and considerably more risky, because you really need to be watching the charts in some of the shorter term time frames more regularly and with more detail. So if we go into the 4-hour here, we do see that we got that bearish divergence right there in the RSI. But we're also potentially seeing, and we're seeing it more in ETH really, right there, potentially seeing a little bit of bullish divergence. So if we continue to come down here a little bit and RSI dips below the previous low, we'll print bullish divergence. And remember, that's what we printed. We printed bullish divergence on Bitcoin last market cycle, or last bear market cycle in the bear market rally. And that was the continuation upwards. That was the signal that we were going to continue upwards, right? So we could very easily come down to this, this prior 21.5 level or so. Maybe the cleaner level would be around 21.2, right? Print the bullish divergence, right? And then that's our support level. That's our correction. And then we head back up. So we need to be paying attention to that. Otherwise, I think the two levels you want to look at are 19.3, 20.6. But the confirmation here is I'd be paying attention to the 4-hour printing bullish divergence. That would give me a little bit of confidence to move in. Now we're going to go over to ETH. I'll clean up this chart just a little bit. It's not too dissimilar. On the daily, right, you can see here that we are potentially printing bullish divergence. If we can hold and make a higher low, right, and this RSI starts to get a bid back upwards, the buying momentum turns back upwards, we could very easily put in bullish divergence. Now you will note that we've already identified the bearish divergence that has confirmed, and we're starting to see that correction. You get different patterns here. We can get expanding. There's a lot of stuff that can happen here, but really we want to pay attention to the most recent signals. And the most recent signal right now, if we confirm, would be bullish divergence. All right, so pay attention to how Ethereum moves here in the short term. Let's throw on our margin pressure levels. Now, for me, what I'm doing, because as much as I work in crypto and I stare at charts all day long, I am not day trading day to day. What I am looking for is a higher percentage trade here that I may not get, but if it presents itself, it will be a much higher probability trade. And that is looking for a long at 1433 and 1343. Now, is there a chance that we slice right back through and go into a bear market? Certainly. Is there a chance that we just continue upwards from here and we don't revisit these levels? Certainly. However, if we do come down to these levels, the most likely scenario, in my opinion, would be a bounce and continuation back upwards, or at least a bounce and enough to get in a nice, profitable stop loss, trailing stop loss, and ride this back up to a corrective level before we go back down. Right. So to me, that is the safer trade. That is the higher probability trade. And I will be patiently waiting for that. One thing that I do want to, that does slightly concern me here on the daily, is the potential of, hey, if we go back up to 1612 and we got resistance there, we have the deviation above it, that is a key resistance level based off of this low. That is our 3x long level, right? If we fail to get through that 3x long level on our next try, then we've printed a head and shoulders and we're potentially coming back down. And I say it worries me. It doesn't worry me in the sense that, like, that's kind of what I want to happen. But it worries me in the sense that, okay, we'd probably get our deeper correction. We'd be going down. So worry is the wrong word to use there. All right, moving on to Solana, sitting here around our 21-week simple moving average. Trying to make some support on top of it right now. We've dipped below it, getting a little bit of a bid here. On the 4-hour, again, potentially putting in bullish divergence here if we go a little bit lower, but still make it a higher low. Again, recently getting the bearish divergence. So bearish into bullish, some consolidation here. Solana, if we do put in this bullish divergence, very likely looks like it's going to be putting in some sort of ascending wedge here, and then we get a deeper correction later on, right? That would be kind of the base case there. We'll go out to actually, I want to throw off the easy bands. I want to throw on the long margin pressure levels. Also, we are getting some support at around 21.9. So that is our 2x long level. And you can kind of see the deviation down here, the prior support coming back down to test this level off of this local low. And this was our impulse level after we kind of capitulated. And it was also our resistance level off of Vitalik Buterin's tweet where he kind of put in the bottom for Solana. So this is a really key level at around 21.9, 22. If this holds, we could certainly go back up here. But I'm not looking personally to trade this pattern in Solana. I think there's some shorter term scalps that you could make within what appears to be, could potentially be a bull flag, could potentially be, depending on how this kind of manifests and plays out. To me, it looks like it could be a bearish ascending wedge. However, if Solana does get that gut check, remember, it was just at $8. It was just at $8 and it's 3x'd, right, from its bottom, more than 3x'd all the way to its most recent top. Right, that was a 230% or so pump. This is very potentially going to get a bit of a gut check. The market may want to find out, hey, was this a short squeeze? What's going on with Solana? Is Solana really here? Because it was dead a few weeks ago. It was completely dead. It was people were calling it for Solana, and don't be surprised if Solana gets a gut check here to see if demand's going to come back in at these levels. I think that it will, and I don't mind being a buyer down in this range, especially around $13 to $14. Guys, thanks so much for tuning in. If you enjoy this content, please do like, comment, and subscribe. And check out the links in the description below. If you want to trade on leverage, there's a link for Bybit down there. If you want to check out Sistine Research, you can get access to these indicators, the easy bands, the margin pressure levels, and 2 other indicators, and also get access to the Research Hub. Apologies, I know that's bright. If you go over to the Research Hub, you will find some deep dives. So far, we've got DGods and Utes and Arweave. Going to be doing a blockchain gaming ecosystem deep dive here soon. These take a long time to put together. Then we've got some plays, individual alpha snippets and 1-pagers of analysis for things that could be profitable short-term plays, and then principles. That is going to be or rather, these are going to be the underlying concepts and frameworks that can be used as a guide. So basically, educational content. And these sections continue to grow. All right, that's going to wrap it up. We'll catch you tomorrow night. Good evening. Peace.